in case anybody watching is wondering, Sarah is a dork, and it's okay. So I was just making fishy faces into the camera before we started.
I'm gonna start dancing as well.
Yes, our music is dancing.
Yeah.
How is everyone doing today?
Good.
Pretty good.
Doing.
All right. Before we get started on today's topic, does anybody have anything to share? Life, liberty, the pursuit
Any
of
wins
happiness.
of the weekend or whatever's happened, what's good?
What you got, Carol?
I just got 2 packages at my door from my company. And I don't know 2, but one of them is the new Vivix Plus, which gives you 8 years of youth. In other words, your cells are 8 years younger, proven and
Great.
tested. I'm so excited to open it.
Yes.
Well, and if anyone wants to hear about it, they should talk to Carol. And I know that they unveiled that a little bit at your Nashville conference, right?
Yes, but it's not open for order until August 17th. But I got mine today,
well, Carol, you're going to have to do an unboxing video.
I am going to. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Unboxing
Lovely,
videos really, really do well on social media.
They do. Well, I'm going to do it.
All right. Well, I'm going to look for that unboxing video.
Yeah.
My good news, I guess, would be that all 3 of you are tagged in something on LinkedIn. You should go check that out and do the thing I'm asking you to do. I would appreciate your support. But my dissertation proposal was approved, which means I can start my research.
Nice.
And so therefore, there is a screening survey that I need like 200 people to fill out.
Wow.
Wow.
So I would appreciate if you guys could fill it out and share it. That would be amazing.
Well, of course we'll support you, Sarah.
So,
Yeah, sure.
and if anybody watches this and wants to fill out a random survey, you can do that too. So, Dom, what do you have? Anything exciting to talk about?
No, not really. The weather's been very poor. And that
Weather.
really, it does drag the mood down, let's say.
Yeah. And Forrest said it was thunder and lightning over by him.
Yeah, it's really acting up out there. Like
Nice.
this just started instantly.
If it gets too bad and you have to go, just tell us quick and we'll understand.
Well, the only reason I would have to go is if there was a lightning strike and the electricity went out.
Right.
Oh,
That'd be it.
interesting.
The city of New York hasn't had a tornado hit in a hot minute, so I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that.
Pretty safe.
Unlike Florida, if you wait a day, you get a tornado or a hurricane, so you're fine.
Yeah, we had our storm already today.
There you go. Hello to who is Cool Cat again? I forgot his first name.
Michael, otherwise known as Mr. Kitty from the UK.
Okay.
Hey,
All right. Hey, Michael. All right, Dom, introduce our topic for today, and then we'll start talking about it.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you the idea, and then I'll simplify it for everybody to understand. When manufacturers offer warranties, what's the equivalent for solopreneurs, as in your sole traded people? Is a service level agreement or an SLA our warranty, and what exactly should clients expect when things go wrong? So I'll simplify it just a little bit for people out there. Products come with warranties, but when you're selling a service, what's your warranty to the customer when something goes wrong? So discuss.
Discuss. Well, when I was thinking about this topic, because you threw out this topic yesterday.
Oh, actually.
Or the other day. And the first thing that came to my mind is the fact that in some ways I do piecework for people. So I'm creating manuals and procedures and processes. And I've had people cancel like partway through. And one of my guarantees is I will give you, even if it's partially done, I'll give you what I've already created because it's yours. And it would give you a starting point. And I've had people appreciate that, right? Like they've run out of money. They can't do it right now. but I don't leave them hanging and having to hire somebody to do everything from the beginning again. It's a starting point. So it's like one weird guarantee I have. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The guarantees I've done in the past, and I don't put this on everything because a lot of the work I do is heavily front loaded. So when we start, you get a bunch. But the guarantees I've given in the past have usually revolved around challenges, short term things like the 5-day challenge, that sort of thing. If at the end of the 5 days you feel like you haven't gotten your money's worth
Sure.
times X, then I'll be happy to refund your money.
Okay.
Never had anybody call on that because it's laid out what we're going to accomplish, and I always deliver that, and that's it. The next tier would have to be maybe like a 30-day. I will require you at that point to turn in evidence that you did the assignments over the 4 weeks and that you filled out the workbook. That
Because if you didn't do your side,
yeah,
I can't.
exactly.
Right.
I can't just refund money because you decided I don't feel like doing this. You have to give some demonstration that you tried it and it didn't work for you, and then okay, that's on me. I'll give you
And
your
that's
money
very
back.
fair.
Mhm.
Well, and I see that because I wasn't thinking along that route, but yeah, there's been times that people haven't taken my advice or skewed
Mhm.
my advice to fit what they think. And like, that's not my problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I give you HR advice or advice on how to handle a problem in your business and you do the exact opposite or even partially the exact opposite,
Mhm.
is that my fault? No. And yeah, I hadn't really thought of it like that. I was more like the actual tangible things I give to people, because usually I do like 90-day things where I do this in month 1 and we build on that and do these policies and procedures in 2. And then, in the end, they have all the things they need. And sometimes people just get to month 2 or 3 and they're like, we thought we were further along. We're not ready for this, whatever the case is.
Mhm.
And therefore I just give them the things I've already created.
I like Forrest's idea that he says, well, give reason. Why didn't this help you? I mean,
Yeah.
he just doesn't say, it didn't work for me. That's it. He has them write a thing. In my business, it's totally different because I have 2 businesses. And my products, my company handles it. And I don't even need to ask them what happened. But I usually do, and they're usually very good with me. And it's happened only once to the same person twice. You'd think I would learn and not sell it to her again, but she just wanted her money back. I don't know that she took it, but anyway, since they handle it. But in my own dowsing business where I give classes and things like that, they can get their money back. It's written in there. If they take the class, it isn't what they wanted, and they're not happy with it, then they can get their money back. So,
how much do you charge for a class, or is it like?
Well, some are $39. Well, they were live at once, and then they're put into a MF4 so that they can buy the class. And some of them, they all come with a whole bunch of paper charts that they can actually use. So they get more than just the class. And some of them have just 4 or 5 charts, and some may have 15. And so there's a difference in $69 for some, $39 for some. Some of the newer ones that I've been putting out, like determine your allergies and what do we now do about it, and can we douse our allergies so that we know, and which can be done. And I have all the charts for household allergies versus environmental allergies versus fabric and lotions, and I mean just everything you can You'd be surprised what people are allergic to.
I can only imagine.
Some of those are more. And then I did one that was three in a row. And so that was 119. And so
Okay. It varies. So people should reach out to you.
Yeah, how long it is. But
Okay.
I send a letter and explain the whole thing, and then they sign up online.
Okay. All right. And so, Dom, how does guarantees work with drones? I'm imagining if you slam into somebody's window, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I'm being silly
with that. But
That's
from my point of view, in terms of a service level agreement, it'd be more that, whatever was agreed upon in terms of how many photos, videos, or what the terminology was used. And if it's not up to scratch or it's not necessarily what they wanted, then I would just go back and redo it.
Sure.
Right.
It's more, if it slams into something, it's more, an occupational health and safety issue, and it would go to what the insurance company would do, and the liability on my end is if it was caused by me.
Yeah.
Then the situation does look at the whole process, and also on top of that, I do have a hull replacement because I pay for the sort of like the insurance on the actual. It depends on if anything was damaged, and if the only thing was damaged was my craft, then I have to put it in and put a claim in.
So, really quick question, like about your photos. So, and I'm going back to, I recently had a child graduate high school and senior pictures, right? I don't know if that's a thing in other countries, but it is here. So, when we got the proofs to choose, like the pictures we want, right? There were like, I don't know, 30 pictures that were taken. Yeah. And they come with a big watermark on them. So when you send the pictures to people for them to say, yeah, those are good enough, or those are what we wanted, do you send them with watermarks to guarantee that they don't use them?
Yeah, that would be the case, yes.
Okay. I didn't know for sure how that worked, if it was the same concept, because I think that's a level of a guarantee, right? And I've done that too with like HR manuals, right? Until they say it's final and I get the final payment, everything I send to them is a PDF with a big old huge watermark on it, right? They don't get to see Word documents. They don't get to see anything until and they have to send me their corrections in a different format or write on it if they print it out and scan it back or something. But I don't do shared documents because I've had people in the past that it's almost done and they're like, oh, I don't need this anymore. And they've stole a copy. Right? And I learned it once. I didn't have to do it twice shy. I learned the first time that I want to trust people, but you can't, right? And I know some things for us that you send out are meant to be like theirs forever, right? They do the initial payment, it's theirs forever. If they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. But for me, it's a little bit different, right? Like I'm creating it with them over the course of time. And whether that's a week or a month or whatever, I don't want them taking it before it's completely done.
How would you even write up your guarantee for that? Even, I mean, you and I think Dominic too. What do you say to them if you're not happy, or what?
No, in this case, they just don't get it. So, so every version I give them is a PDF with a watermark, so they will never be able to use it unless, I guess, they could take the time and retype the whole thing. Right. If you're that dedicated, feel free, because most HR manuals are like 60 to 80 pages, you know what I mean, with sections and things. Feel free to retype it and take your time. But I don't add that to my guarantee. My contract, which I have with a client consultant contract, has a few guarantees, like even if it's partially created, I will give it to you and things like that if you're up to date on your payments and stuff like that. But I guess that's a question. Do you, maybe not Carol, but do the rest of you have agreements with your clients, or is it the payment is the agreement?
No, I do a combination of both. I will send the agreement with the payment link, and I write payment represents acceptance of these terms.
Oh, got it. So perfect. Yeah.
By paying, you indicate that you accept the terms. And that's it.
I love it. I love
That's great. Good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
4 years. Go ahead.
I mean, I ran into the situation with that Sarah has run into where people will just try to beat you. And I learned, you know, once bitten, twice shy, like you said, like you're not going to get me again.
Right.
So that's when I instituted, no, you must pay me first.
Yeah.
And there's just no exceptions. No, we're on net 30, figure it out.
Do you know PayPal takes payments now? They will work out payments. PayPal. I mean, I had someone do this, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
I don't the money, and they collect.
You know what we used to say when I was in sales? Oh, you want payments? Put on your credit card. Pay it off with them.
Yeah. Well, they can do it with PayPal too. And you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I don't want your payment situation to be my problem. Now,
right.
I do have some higher level courses where I understand payments are part of the deal. But again, the work is going to be done as the payments come in. I'm not going to just drop the whole thing on you.
And I don't start until I get that first payment. So like my 90-day thing is $4,500, right? Mm-hmm. For like, that's a process. Right. But I let people pay in 3 increments because I get, especially if you're a super small business starting out, you may not just have $4,500 sitting somewhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I get it. But also I don't start working until the first payment comes in.
Yeah, definitely.
And if your second payment is late, then I pause, and I will tell you I'm pausing until your second payment comes in.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've had some people be like, but I get paid Friday. Well, then I'm not working this week.
Like I'll wait till Friday.
Right. I'll wait till Friday.
Yeah.
And that's not me being a witch, right? It's me being good business. You can't go into Walmart and say, can I have my groceries now and I'll pay for them on Friday?
Right.
Or what's the Popeye thing? A burger now for something on Friday?
Yeah, right. I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Yeah, that's it. I know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I think this is all maybe about like protecting your business, right?
You have to, and it goes to cash flow. You cannot run a successful business when receivables are floating out there in the breeze. Like there are some people out there right now who are like waiting on tens of thousands of dollars.
No.
Receivables, most of which they will never ever see. And after I had that experience with the development right near me, I said, never again. You're going to pay me up front, and when I get paid, then you'll get the service.
And for me, they don't get in the class unless it's paid.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah. And that's a definition of a guarantee, right? Like, you get the class if I get payment. It's simple as that. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of solopreneurs don't view it like that, right? They're like, well, it's hard for me to, like, I'm building my business and they're building their business. I should be nice. Go ahead, Forrest. You have thoughts on that?
I do.
Yes. This brings to mind a podcast that I was listening to very recently. And it was Myron Golden.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and he's not the only one who ever said this, he said, why would anybody pay you if you've never paid anybody? So what he's saying is like, you're going out there and you're charging $5,000. Have you ever paid $5,000 for something with another person? Or are you always coming up with excuses like, well, see, what had happened was, and the way my account is set up, and I don't get paid until blah, blah, blah. No, the way you purchase is the way you receive. So if you've never committed yourself to that level of investment, then why would anybody pay you? It comes across. It just comes across. So you've got to be able to say your number with confidence and then shut up and then wait for them to I remember when I was charging like, oh God, I must have been charging like $197. And then one day this woman who was much further along than me said to me, Forrest, you've got to charge a lot more. And so I sat down, I thought about it. And I said, okay, I'm going to do $5,000. And he asked me how much. I just said the number and I shut up, which is what they teach you in sales.
Yeah.
He who speaks last owns the product. So I said $5,000 and then he stopped and he thought for a second and he said, do you take American Express? And I had to contain the explosion going on inside me when he said that. And I said, yeah, of course. And I processed it, got the money, and I was like, this thing works. and that was it. So
now I'm second guessing my life and I need to go into my invoicing thing. Do I take Amex? I don't even know. I know I take Visa and MasterCard. I'm sure I do. I've never said somebody say, do you take Amex?
Because a lot of us entrepreneurs don't like to because the fee is so high on it.
It is, but
enough paying Visa and MasterCard. Amex is much higher.
But here's the thing: if somebody's gonna pay $5,000 up front, I'll take whatever
definitely.
That's a whole different concept than somebody paying $100 and you're paying 12.
Yeah,
that's a whole different.
Yeah, definitely.
Game plan. Dominic, how does your like sales guarantees? Like how does somebody like reach out to you? Is there a contract? Is there a payment link?
Oh, it basically would be as I said, an SLA, service level agreement. And it depends on the terms of it, if it's a one-off, a monthly, or a yearly.
Okay. So yearly would be like the weatherman or the weather woman that uses your photos, like they would contract you to give photos all the time?
No, that's actually just that is just what do I say? Not a random thing, but it's.
Wait, did you get paid for that photo, or she just borrowed it?
No. That's all voluntary. That one.
Oh, okay.
That's a voluntary one.
Hey, it was good press though to see your name up there, right?
Yeah, it was actually.
Exactly.
I was really happy that I got chosen. So it's something that when someone sees your work and they can do that, it must mean you're doing something right.
Well, and I think that leads to a conversation of when do you give away something for free, right? And so, yeah, to be your name up behind the weather woman, right, is great press, right? A couple of weeks ago, I did a conference where my hotel, my food, my travel, all of that was paid for, and all of that was taken care of, but I didn't get paid to actually present. But I walked away with a list of 80 people that were in my sessions at a nonprofit conference that I can now reach out to. Yeah. To me, that was worth my time, right? It was worth not being paid for that conference to get that list, right? Yeah. So when is it worth it to give away something for free? I mean, I know what my
especially if you give you visibility.
Say that again.
I would say if it gives visibility.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you said disability at first, and I was very confused. I was like, what does
Visibility.
disability have to do with it? I mean, I guess I should maybe
That's
give
other
away free to
problems.
disability. But
Yeah,
okay,
that's other problems.
sorry.
But
Go ahead, Carol.
I think especially if your expenses are paid to go somewhere,
Yes.
I think, and you get the visibility from it, and I think that's because you're not necessarily paying for it, so you're not necessarily getting the money back.
Side note, really quick thing of something that wasn't covered. So the hotel I was at was kind of a bougie hotel. Okay. And so they had a little area that you could buy, you know, chips and sodas and things, but it had like a million cameras and no humans. So you put your credit card there and it automatically holds $10. You go in, and when you take things off the shelf and you walk out with it, it charges your card. And so I tried it once and bought an $8 bag of chips that were not worth it completely for $8. No, it was a regular size bag of chips, right? Like normally
A bag of air.
$4, but it was still double the cost.
Yeah.
But it was funny and an interesting thing. And I have a picture because my daughter was with me. So she's like taking pictures. She presented with me of me with all these cameras on me. She's like, you're on some FBI watch list now. I'm like, I already am. It's okay. So anyways, it was funny. $8 bag of chips was not covered.
Yeah.
But everything else was.
Right. That's mini bar prices.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I digressed. Back to giving away things for free.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on that. If it gives you visibility, by all means. If it gives you access, like in Sarah's case, by all means, because what you're getting is 80 different contacts that you would otherwise not have had. That's a valuable list. I'll take 80 contacts, not just nobodies who are just like, you know, freeple who are just coming there for the free food and snacks, but people who are likely clients. Yeah, all day, every day.
They signed up for my sessions. They engaged in my sessions. You know what I mean? And they took the time to put their name on the sign-in sheet. Right? Because that wasn't required. It was a wish and a hope that you signed.
That's how you got the names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the names. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I give talks, dowsing talks all the time. And I do them for free. People call me, and the dowsing group of Texas just had me on their national thing that they do every month. And I do it because of the visibility, like you went to your conference.
Yeah.
And sure enough, a horde of people got in touch with me after, and I was selling my book like crazy.
Love it.
And, yeah. So that's why I do that for the visibility. And I think that we all have to do some of that in order to get seen. Oh, I like what she says. And they always, when you do something for free, usually they allow you to say she owns it, or they will do it for you, a business, and this is what she does. And you have an opportunity to say, well, I just wrote a book about dowsing your health, and you can find out what's wrong with yourself, and you can find out what supplements you need, or what herbs, or what doctor you need to go.
But the word of mouth is the key right there, right?
It is. And that it is.
If people like it and people are actually followed up with afterwards, right? You can't just get a list and not do anything with it.
When my first book came out, I was selling it for $38.
Sure.
And after I gave a talk, I sold over $2,000 worth of my book just from my talk.
Nice.
And so I was pretty excited. And so it's worth me to go and talk. But I wanted to go back to something you said earlier.
Sure.
I think lots of times people don't know their own worth.
Yeah.
And so
Boris and I have talked about that a few times.
You pay $5,000 for something. You know, they start a business and they do everything I did this. And there comes a point when someone says to you, you're worth more than that, Forrest. Why are you charging so little? And someone did that to me. She said to me, how many dowsers are there in the state of New Hampshire? I said I could count them on one hand. She says, you could count them on one hand, and you're charging $50 to douse a well?
Mm.
I bet it costs you more than that to get there and back and all. I said, yeah. Well,
Mm.
and she says, Carol, you should be charging $250 at least.
Mm.
Sure.
So I changed my price overnight, and I charged $250. Now, this is years ago. And the first client I got, they hemmed and hawed around, and they didn't do it. I said, I'm holding. I don't care. I had too many.
Mm-hmm.
Calling me too often. No wonder. I mean, I was practically giving it away.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know my worth. And a lot of you out there listening, you don't know your worth either.
Mm-hmm.
And so I held on to my price. That first person, you were lucky, they gave you credit card. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes you have to wait for 2 or 3. And that's what I had to do. And about the third person said, when can you come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then for clearing a house, $300. But one lady wanted me to clear her business, and she had all these electric wires going all over the place, energy going everywhere where it shouldn't, affecting her, and her business failed. And I charged her $1,000, and she didn't even bat an eyelash.
Mm-hmm.
She just wrote me a check.
Right.
So I think that once you realize that you have something special, Sarah, Dominic, nobody can do what you do. Forrest, you are the best person to get people organized and with their life and their money. And I have something that people need too. So we all have something. Do we know our worth? It takes
Probably
a while,
not.
I think, to learn. I think we all do here, but a lot of people don't.
It takes time, and as you go to the next level and you get comfortable with that, then you take it to the next level. You take it to the next level. Look, groceries, gas, mortgages, houses, cars, everything gets more expensive. Why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you? Your worth has to keep pace with the climate, with the economic climate. So why not? And like Sarah said, we've had this conversation.
We have.
Most definitely have had this conversation. And there's also there's a perception attached to the price you charge as well. Because if somebody says, well, I'll help your business make money for $500. I'm going to do it up and down, sideways, back and forth, whatever, all the things. And you go to another person and that person says $5,000. Then that's going to make you go, huh. What are they really
if this first guy was any good?
Yeah, right. What are they really going to do for $500? Like, if they're only charging $500, how much could they really be worth? So you have to balance out your pricing with perception, and that's a real thing. Unless you're dealing with a commodity, like, oh, I'm selling nails or I'm selling potato chips.
Like with my products.
Whoever's people are price shopping. I've dealt with both, where I was in a dealership selling the same car that another dealership was selling, and they will drive all the way out to the next county to save $100 on the car. It's insane. Like, I gotta save that $100. I don't care.
That happened to me once, and I knew they had the same car just across the river. So I said to the dealer, I could just cross the river, and I'm sure I could get a better deal. Oh my God, he took off about $2,000 more.
Yeah, because they know once you leave the dealership, you're not coming back. You're not coming back. Because even if you don't get the price someplace else, your shame will not allow you to walk back into that dealership. So they would rather do what they have to do to win that sale right then and there.
True.
So I went in and test drove a 4-door Jeep. I have a 2-door Jeep, and I went in and tested a 4-door, and just to see, I hadn't been in one, in a while, and I got on a phone list that I will regret to the day I die. Like a solid year later, I'm still getting text messages. You want a Jeep? It's like, no, I regret giving you my phone number right now. Like I regret it. So Dominic, how many drone people are in Melbourne? Like, do you have a drone community in Melbourne, or are you like the person you know? And I mean professional, not random kids going in the park.
Well, I would say there are easily, well, I've noticed easily probably 40 or 50.
Okay.
But most of those would be more in the the higher level commercial construction area.
Oh, got it.
Rather than just the photography, travel and tourism area. I know of several of them that do more of the power line inspections and all the really serious stuff.
I didn't even think about that. Power line inspection.
Yeah, power line inspections, yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's got to be safer than sending people up there. What?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I can share a lot of information about that one. But,
so, your specialism is the touristy thing?
Mine is videography for real estate agents.
Okay,
that's real. That's something that the storytelling of a property. That's more where I lie, because I feel that I'm a little bit more interested in that.
Sure.
Right.
There are, as I said, you can go further up and up and up the levels and do that sort of thing, but it doesn't fill me with excitement.
Yeah.
Can I ask Dominic a question that's kind of not related, but he
question. Oh, okay. Question without notice. I was just.
Have you been to
without noticing?
Have you been to Cooper Pedy, the underground city in Australia?
No, because it's Cooper Pedy is probably 10, maybe 15 hours away.
Oh, that far? It's in southern Australia.
It's in South Australia. It's in the interior
way you
of
could
South Australia.
Drone anything over that, but I was reading about it.
I don't believe you are allowed. One, because it's a commercial infrastructure, and it might be a little bit too close to a certain restricted area, which I will not mention.
I'm shocked at how many people live there, though.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of it.
Area.
Okay, Sarah, it's COOPERPEDY. Space PEDY. It's 2 words.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Like 100,000 people live in this city.
Yeah,
and it's all on the ground.
Because it's a mining town, and they mine opals. You have to have specific licenses, and you need specific permissions to do anything with mining and infrastructure.
I don't think opals are worth making people live underground. I'm saying,
I mean, it looks fascinating.
Like diamonds aren't worth what we put people through. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are we making people live underground for opals? I don't even think I have never owned an opal.
You better go look at the city first.
I would love to know what is the practicality of having an underground city because they're mining.
Well, I'll give you the one main topic of that is during the summer, it's well over 110, 115 degrees for the best part of 6 months.
Okay.
So there's your first issue.
Gotcha.
That is a very interesting question without notice, and I was just about to ask the question without notice as well, because we're getting to the end of the show, and I think it's always good to throw the question without notice.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, I just was curious. Thank you.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do some research on that.
I know you are.
100,000 people under my wow.
Yeah,
know.
it is a great curiosity, and it is a great discussion. There are I could go through many places in Australia that have some really strange stories attached to them, but that's certainly for another day.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, I do like to ask the question without notice, and well done, Carol, because it's given us something else to talk about.
Mhm.
But when I look at it, the main thing I was going to do was just basically ask it if you've ever met the people that you've done business with, but if they ever met someone else, would they have notes on you? And what's the one thing they'd all agree on?
I think everyone for me would agree that Sarah's a little quirky. Because every time I do presentations or I'm in, number one, Harry travels with me. So I don't know if you guys have ever met Harry, but Harry is my, like basically psychological safety bear. He gives hugs to people when they need it. He's traveled to disaster zones with me, and he goes everywhere. He's hooked to my bag. He sits on a table, and most people think I'm a little bit crazy because I'm a grown adult carrying around a support bear. But usually it's not for me. It's usually for people that I'm trying to tell them something they're doing wrong, and I give it to them to hold while I tell them they're doing things wrong.
So it's a sign that you've got something to say.
Yes, if Sarah ever hands you the bear, you're probably ready for a harsh conversation about your HR and/or leadership skills.
Okay.
So, just throwing it out there.
All right.
So they would all agree Sarah's a little
talk
quirky.
about the comfort bear.
So,
Yeah, I remember that, Paul. He's got a bear.
I love that your secretary is a cat. I love the. Anyway, so what would people say about you, Forrest? If all your people could be surveyed, what would be the common denominator?
I've always over the years gotten the feedback that I'm an excellent teacher. So
I will agree with that.
that's I guess that's my claim to fame.
I agree with that. You explain things in a way that makes hard topics easy to understand, and not many people are good at
that too.
So,
well, thank you.
All right, Carol, what would people say about you?
You should call Carol because she can really help you if you've got any kind of physical problems. And she's a great teacher too, because that's what they say. And I do get most of my business is by referrals.
Right.
So that says a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is true.
People that I have contacted myself would be a small group, but the people in my group are large because they talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love it. They bring their daughters and their parents and their husband. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right, Dom, what would they say about you? Or should I ask the people in the comments what they would say about you, Dom?
Well, I would think most people would say that I'm passionate.
I think that is true.
That's
I do it with such. I do it with such. Not passion. I do it with. I have so much enthusiasm sometimes with something.
Apparently, he's bald as well. Okay.
Yeah. Paul is too, yeah.
So,
good old bald.
I think, as I said, I think the one thing that really, passion and consistency, I think is another one, because I'm just always there. If someone tells me to do something, or I just rock up to events.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, do your closeout, Dom.
Well, I've got to. We've always got to do our mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health discussion. Mental health struggles are not always visible. They can look like exhaustion, isolation, lost interest, or smiling while carrying a private storm. Talking does not fix everything, but silence often makes it heavier. Check in on people, speak honestly, seek support. Your mind deserves care, not performance. And I'm being serious when I say that. I usually am a bit of a joker, but no,
No, it's
seriously.
definitely true.
Seriously.
Yes.
You have to check in on people, maybe just a text message or private, just any form of message, just send, how's it going? And just,
And actually listen and read.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because that's the
just,
other thing. Just asking and then walking away is not what needs to happen either. I agree, Dom.
Right.
yeah.
Very important to be a good
There's
listener.
there's a word from Paul, and I thank you.
What do you mean you have no idea what's going on?
And I thank you for those kind words, Paul. And just before we go, any other last thoughts?
No, I don't think so. You can round us out. I know you have a plan.
Well, I'm going to make a comment about acupuncture.
Okay.
Acupuncture is a jab well done. That's the point of it.
And everyone, have a great week. We will be back on the same bat channel
next week.
Same bat channel next week. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Bye.